How y'all doing today? My name's Ayin, and today's topic of discussion is going to be, for every work complaint that you have a solution for it. Have a constructive solution. For every work complaint that you have a constructive solution to your problem. Doing this, having a solution, and not only does this apply at work, but this also applies with other things in your life. When you do this, have solutions or come up with solutions for the problems that are occurring around you or at your life, it alleviates some of the complaints that are just complaints for the sake of having a complaint. It gives you some power to be able to, ask yourself the question, what can I do about this? If I can do something about this, then do it. If I can't, then shut it down. Shut the complaints down. So that's a good measure. That's a good way to measure whether you're just talking or you're really looking to have a resolve to the problem. So at work, giving you an example, say for instance, you're tired of being called out on the things that you do. Maybe you're not where you need to be. Maybe you're being called out about how dependable you are. Maybe you do good to look at yourself and see what factor you played in having some of those questions be asked of you. Okay? Am I late all the time? Is it hard to find me? Am I where I'm supposed to be when I'm at work? Is it hard to locate me? Are things getting done? If not, then maybe you need to step up your work game. Maybe you need to be a little bit more serious. Maybe you need to do what you're supposed to do. It could be a point to where it's gone so far up at work and you made such a bad name for yourself with the way that you carry on and do things. It's hard to pick up, dig yourself up out of the hole. You may have to, get another job, start somewhere new and just adapt that mindset. I mean, especially if you're talking about you work somewhere, 10, 15 years and this is all that you've been known for. It's just, slacking, half doing the job or whatnot. I mean, it may be that drastic. I don't know. Because, some people are quick to judge and they're not as readily available to let you out of the box that they place you in, even though that you change. Some people recognize that, and it is good when they can recognize that with you making changes and whatnot. But ultimately, it's not up to you on how they view the things that you do. It is up to you. What I'm saying is not up to you on how they view the things that you do. If they still got you in that box and you've changed your work ethic up and around, then that's on you. That's on you. If it's taking you 10, 15 years to build that reputation, it could take you 15, 20 years to, do it over for that. They say, hey man, look, Sheila's really turned it around. James has really turned it around. They've really been, doing what they're supposed to do. It's really been a turnabout face. A lot of the times when we turn over a new leaf with things, we get frustrated because we want people to readily identify in the ways that we change. And you forget that these things take time, or people are not as in tune with you as you think. So this is where this topic has come from, on having a solution to any of the complaints that you have. A lot of the times it does go back to you. If things that aren't you, there's still ways that you control that. You go about analyzing a solution to the problem that is constructive. You do want to think steps ahead to make sure that the outcome is best for all parties involved. It's positive and it's not gonna lead to being some tangled up mess. So if not, then it's just a complaint. Or if you don't feel like putting any energy up off into it, maybe it's time for you to have a real self-talk with yourself and just kind of realize, man, am I just complaining? Sometimes I do it. We all do it. Sometimes we all do it. And like I said, that's the reason why I've done with the other videos that I've done on making sure, you're staying motivated, being remembered for why your drive is how your drive is on the job. So you're not just hating your job, because like I said, a lot of people dislike their job anyway. It kind of, makes room to banish some of those thoughts on the fact that you just hate your job because you just hate it because you just don't like doing it, and just remembering why you're there. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about complaints that you have. Like I said, it's not only at work, it's in all aspects of your life. Think about solutions to the complaints. That way, if you need to address the complaints, or there's somebody you need to address, you already have a solution. So when you're coming to them, it doesn't seem like you just have a complaint fest. And normally those are how those start. When you have 1, 2, 3, 4 complaints, when you do talk to somebody and you're talking to, I'm giving you an example, a higher up, or maybe somebody who could potentially resolve your complaints, you go in with that one complaint, and then they're hearing you. Then you start down that path. I'm gonna give you the second complaint, the third complaint, that fourth complaint, that fifth complaint, and then you're ranting and you're kind of putting emotions in with it. And then the receiving party begins to look at what you're saying from when you first started the conversation and going, okay, Jake had a valid complaint on what he said on this first go around. He had a valid complaint. Maybe we could look into, doing X, Y, Z. Then you kind of go on and on and on with your complaints, and they're just like, Jake just sounds really unhappy here. Oh, it's just another one of these. Because everybody has them at the job. So to alleviate that, try to resolve them in your head, or have a constructive way that it could be resolved before coming forth, or maybe having a suggestion. Those are the things that get heard, and it's not about doing that on everything all the time, because we've all been to those meetings where someone's raising their hand and it's just a complaint with a solution, because basically they just want to change the whole company overnight, or change wherever it is they're working overnight. Hey, why don't we do this instead of this, and then you can do this and then over there. That's not realistic. So be realistic. That's the reason why we talk on this channel a lot about being realistic and being honest with yourself. You know that people have to do things in small doses, and it's best to kind of operate from that manner. Plus, you're testing the water to see how that works. Okay? Until next time, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged, and in the meantime, check out my book, I Am Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. The link will be in the description box. You can get it on Amazon in paperback or an ebook copy. Okay? My name's Ayin, and until next time, have a good one.